So this is our final vlog, or my final vlog for EIA. It's kind of bittersweet. I just finished watching all my vlogs, and I had to say my first like 15, 16-ish were really dry and really boring, and um, I think I took the prompts a little bit too seriously. I think. I thought of it as just a report. But after a while, listening to how other people did their vlogs, I realized that it was more of a way for you guys to get to know us. So I am kind of regretful that I didn't really show you too much about my personality. I know that Ken was talking about how Peter played games during his vlogs. Some people had 30-minute vlogs. That's just insane. And I mean, this is, you know, now that I'm back at home and realizing how boring and uneventful life is, I think that really contributes to, uh, I guess, just my personality and the way I talk and the way I approach things. Um, it's a very kind of like stable, methodical way, which I learned to break out of throughout the course of this program. Um, you can kind of see me loosening up towards the end. Um, Also, I decided that through this program, I needed to confront a lot of my weaknesses and my flaws. And a lot of people say that in you know in classes and in college and life, and your parents, they're always like, hey, you should look at your weaknesses. But um, this program really taught me to open up and see that just because I have a great idea, just because I'm a really smart person when it comes to my own personal skills, doesn't mean that I have the best overall grasp of what's going on. And I think all the team building exercises, all the puzzles, the scavenger hunts, the video, that kind of rotating atmosphere of you have so many personalities that you need to get through, and so many people that impress you along the way, make you realize that there's so many facets to someone's mind and someone's personality, and it's impossible for one person to know everything. So going through all those things, and I think the uh, was really helpful. And I think the main I guess helpful part was just the exposure to so many people. I remember, I was talking about Jessie a lot in my vlogs. I was just saying how amazing she was during the sales portion. And I just realized like how uncomfortable I felt going around talking to random strangers, selling them something that I didn't really have. I didn't have anything. A box is almost worthless. So um, seeing her going around and just selling things like it was gold just made me have a different perspective. Like things were possible. Things that I never thought were possible for me are possible. Um, I remember, working with Rachel, Kirsty, Mildred during the video portion, and I clicked really well with a lot of them. I remember saying that I worked really well with Rachel, but all of their personalities were incredibly satisfying to be around. So I earned a lot of friends that way. Uh, what I do regret is not making more friends outside of Berkeley. I think I worked really, really hard in my team for the majority of the program portion, which meant I didn't get a lot of exposure to other people, um, as I did during Berkeley pre-week. So that's not, if I could go back, that's something that I would definitely change. I would definitely go out more during the weekends and live it up. And I think, you know, throughout the program, which is what is interesting to see is like how we gravitate towards small groups. You can see kind of small groups forming, but we're so comfortable with each other. And I think a lot of that was about how the way you structure the program. Also, the leniency of the instruction, like Ken and Moor and Danielle and Lon, they were all so chill and so much like friends that we all had that familial type of bond, that brother-sister bond rather than instructor-student bond, and that helped us grow. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys were on the wrong end of our jokes, but that helped us bond together. So unfortunately for you, we had some fun with it. What else did I go through in my vlogs? Let's see. Oh, I remember working with Peter was very interesting. He walked up to me, and in the first few minutes of our first gathering, when we showed up at the venue, and he said, "Hey, if you don't have anyone, I want to work with you." Like that's what he said, and I was like, "Okay, I mean, you're a cool guy." Like I kind of wanted to go around, so I said, "Yeah, let's totally chill. Let's meet up after this, and we'll figure it out." So the reason why I hesitated was because of the way he portrayed himself during the puzzles and all those projects, because he made it sound like he would be super rational and not listen to what anybody else had to say. But turns out, we talk I remember the late nights we would talk about just like girlfriends and emotions and how much we didn't like our first few semesters at Berkeley, or for him first, mine first few, and the way we approached computer science. And I found this a lot of depth to his personality and a lot of humor, as you can tell by the way he plays like Black Friday and stuff like that. He has interests in fashion and like girls and all this stuff that you would, when you first saw him speak up, you would think there's no way for that. So it just shows how much first impressions make a difference, but don't actually portray what a person really is like. So I'm super, super grateful I met him, and I know that we're definitely going to be friends in the future and work together and try to see the project through. And I talked about with Moor, but I remember the vlog where I talked about how we had no conflicts. And I know you guys said there's for sure going to be conflicts. And for me, definitely. And I've done stuff like this before, so I know there's always something that goes wrong. Or someone on the team just doesn't take things, the way that you think they should be taking it. I honestly, and I think you can ask anybody on our team, for sure, no question, there were no conflicts in the sense of us fighting with each other or being mad and walking off or storming off. We had intense discussions about what we wanted to do and what we wanted the product to look like. But at the end of the day, even no matter how heated it got, and it got heated sometimes, we walked away as if, nothing had happened, because we knew that our main priority was the same. Our goal was the same, to build the best possible product here. And I think, judging by how many pivots we had and the reception we got from the mentors and the investors, showed just how well we worked with each other and how cohesive our team was. And that was extremely gratifying, and we're all willing to work with each other after this. Of course, we're going to try to take a break over the summer, but we'll get our work in when closer to when school starts. If there is one conflict, it was when Peter, being the rational guy he is in the very beginning, was wavering between okay, make this and our team. At that time it was HackX, and then changed to Hack-In, but he wasn't sure about the scalability. And I told him, Peter, I can give you bullshit answers, because I'm not a business person. I'm a CEO, but I'm not a business person. So I can bullshit my way to telling you to stay, and I can probably figure out a reason for you to stay. But I don't want to bullshit you, so I want you to go to sleep and trust in the business people the next day to tell us whether or not it's feasible and what direction we should take it in. And I remember that night, he just wasn't convinced. So he just talked for like, I remember we talked till 3 or 4 in the morning that first night, which totally screwed up my sleeping schedule for the rest of the time. But that's another story. And he said, "Are you sure, Felix?" And this is when this whole conversation started. There's 2 sentences that Peter always says to me. One, he says, "Felix, I'm so excited. This is gonna be amazing. I love this team. It's gonna be great." And then 2 minutes later, he'll say, "Felix, I'm worried." Or, "Felix, I think I want to talk to Moor. I want Moor's opinion." Like, it's like exactly in that voice. And what turned out, he said, "I'm going to go to OK Make This, and I'm going to give you an answer by the end of the night, tomorrow night." And I said, "Great." So we went to sleep. I woke up, and exactly what I told him to wait for happened. I walked in. The business people, like the CEO of our team, Isabella from Australia, walked in and said, "Okay, just questioned everything. Is it scalable to build hackathons? Is it scalable to build that many hackathons for a single company? How much are they going to pay you?" And we realized that business model was just total shit. And from that moment, we started pivoting. I think like 3 or 4 times in rapid succession, every 30 minutes, a new pivot, until we came up with a technical recruitment platform that worked for us and was scalable, and people could pay for it, and we would make enough money that like we could have a scalable revenue stream. Peter walked in at the end of that discussion, and he was disappointed in the OK Make This team. So he was looking for something to lift his spirits. Like, "I really want to join Felix's team, but I don't know if his idea is going to succeed." And I said, "Peter, we've pivoted." I took him outside the room, explained to him everything, and he instantly went downstairs, grabbed his bag, and came up and said, "I love this. This is going to be awesome." And to this day, he's still disappointed that we didn't pitch because of what happened. And that's disappointing, but we're gonna, I keep telling him, these are all stepping stones. This is all a way to teach us how to grow, but the real big fish is to succeed as a company. So that's what we're gonna do next. Try to leverage our connections, continue building the product, enter into incubators or VCs, and try to get this off the ground. And we're going to continue building a few side projects that I have in mind and he has in mind. So I'm sure we're going to do great things. This program has, been giving us the highest of highs and lowest of lows. I'm sure you've heard that so many times, and everyone in this vlog is probably going to tell that to you. But, yeah, I miss you all. It's been a great opportunity. And just to Nick's family, just know that he's here. We'll carry him with us. I just thought of this as just Nick was always running ahead. He was always ahead of us. And in life and everything, like before, like every single time we decided to do something, he would already be there. And so it was like he took one more step, he stepped right into paradise a little bit before the rest of us, which is totally like him, to be there before us. And just as a message to him, like always, we'll catch up soon and we'll have fun together. Thank you guys for everything. It's been a total pleasure working with you, and we'll meet up all the time in Berkeley. I promise you that we're going to meet up all the time. All right. I'm going to close it here. I love you guys, and it's been amazing.